Don't need it, don't want it, not gonna buy it. Hey y'all, it's Heather and it is time for a good old-fashioned anti-haul. I love doing these at the end of the year. Sit down, we talk about the new releases this year that we were tempted by, but we decided we don't want them. We have things that we can use instead. We're happy that we skipped on these. These are things I am happy that I did not buy, and I'm gonna show you what I used instead. So maybe you can shop your stash if some of these releases are still tempting you. If you are new here, hey, I'm Heather, and I'm a more is more type of person. I love makeup, I love testing and trying new makeup, I love new things, but I only have one face, and I can't buy everything. I don't want everything. We're gonna start out with the Sugar and Spice palettes from ABH. I love ABH. I love trying their eyeshadow palettes specifically. They have some hits. They have some palettes that have been really good. In the past few years, they have released some really great palettes, and I was kind of waiting all year, like, okay, when is ABH gonna reveal, like, they're gonna do a holiday palette, right? And then they launched these two mini palettes. I felt no excitement. I wasn't like, wow, like I have been with the previous year palettes. And so the more I looked at them, the more I just was like, why, Heather? Like, why are you gonna buy them? It's too much of my hard-earned money to turn over for these palettes that weren't exciting to me, especially when I have the Cosmos palette. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay, I have this, and this is way more interesting. It's way more interesting, and I will use this if I want that baby blue, because let's get real. I love neutral, I love color, I love all things makeup. I don't discriminate when it comes to makeup here, but the blue is the most exciting shade in the palette, right? And I'm like, I have Cosmos. Heather, what are you thinking? You have Cosmos? And yes, it is a larger palette. Yes, this one is $55 and you could get two minis. And I'm like, you know what? No, I have this. I have plenty of neutral shades in here, and I have that baby blue. And you can find this palette on sale often, and you can get it cheaper than the Sugar and Spice. If you're looking for something at a drugstore price point, or you don't want to buy ABH, you don't have Cosmos, you don't want it, look at the Beauty and the Beast palette from ColourPop. I mean, is it the same? No, it's not the same. Not saying it's the same, but we have that baby blue in here. We have some neutral browns right here. Yes, we do. We have light neutral shades up here, and you get more option here. Like, you just get more option. I mean, we have like some yellow gold. We have a blue. If you're like, you know what, I want to do a blue look, but all I have is this baby blue and something that looks like maybe a little bit of a lilac-y, like, you've got that. You've got that. Also, if you're like, I don't care about that baby blue, like, I don't care. I'm looking at the neutrals, but I don't want to buy it. The other drugstore option is the 1111 palette, because you have like a little bit of those pinky tones. You have the kind of warmish tones. You have some beautiful shimmers. This one, probably the most different, in my opinion, than the other two that I showed you, but you're getting a palette that is not large, it's not overwhelming, but you're getting some neutrals, and this palette has beautiful formulas, really great shimmers, really great like super shocky, sparkly shadows, really beautiful mattes. Like, if you want to dupe the vibes, you don't just want to skip out on a palette, you are interested in these, maybe you could be into this one. I skipped out on the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint from Armani Beauty liquid blushes. Long name for liquid blushes. These look beautiful, right? Like, look at the shades. These are described as a lightweight liquid blush that melts into the skin. It's supposed to give you that hydrated flush of color that, oh, I woke up like this, perfect, like I'm a Disney princess came to life. My skin just looks amazing. I have vitamins and minerals in my body, and I drink all my water, but I don't need it, and I really don't need it for $39. Like, I will pay high price for makeup. I love it, okay? I love makeup. It's my passion, but I don't need everything, and I don't need these. The Say Do blushes promise the same thing. They give me a beautiful flush to the skin. They look healthy. They don't have this like stickiness to them. When I say like they look healthy and like I have this glow, like, don't think sticky. They're not sticky. I have oily skin and I'm living in a humid place. They set and they're beautiful. They work under powder, on top of powder, whatever you want to do. There's tons of shades. They're not as expensive. They're beautiful. Absolutely love this formula. It is a favorite of mine. And I also have these liquid blushes from Glaminatrix. So if you want to support an independently owned brand, a woman-owned brand, this is an Australian-based independently owned brand. And they're giving the same thing, like buildable color, luminous, like healthy glow. Not like luminous and like shimmery finish. Beautiful. And they are under $20. I believe these are $17. And you can use a code on top of that so you can get them for even less. Like, these are getting me through. They last all day. That's another thing. I know Armani was like, oh, they last all day. Great. Like, of course you should. Like, you're something I'm putting on my face. Do you think I only want blush for the first half of my day? No, I want it all day. These wear all day on me. Let's talk about these Patrick Ta highlighter duos, because these almost got my money for real. I had these in my Sephora cart, and I just, like, there was just something that I was like, oh, you know, I'll wait, and I'll get those when I go in store, and then when I order something else, like, and I'm so glad that I did not buy these, because a lot of people did. And the reviews were not pretty, y'all. They were not pretty. I think I'm gonna see this highlighter duo from Patrick Ta in a ton of the worst makeup of 2024 videos. We're gonna start seeing those soon. I'm excited / not excited to do mine. I have oily skin, so the cream products I love, I need to love. Now, I don't know if these are still available, but these Lottie London, this was an Outer Banks collab, and these were like bronzer blushes, but I was really like attracted to the more like interesting shades from Patrick Ta, and these kind of do it for me. You can put them on the lips, you can put them on the cheeks. They're really beautiful. I will also say Salt New York has a beautiful cream highlighter formula, and of course I could use any powder highlighter on top if I want to, or just use the cream, but Salt New York does such a beautiful job, and it's an independently owned brand, which I love. I love. Salt New York is awesome. I've talked about their products a lot, okay? So I won't go on and on, but this highlighter formula from them is so great. So I would much rather use this than take my chances spending that high price point on Patrick Ta just to be let down. If you are wanting that wet cheek effect, if you are wanting that, is it a cream? Is it a powder? Is it a, what is it? You just look amazing. Like ColourPop Super Shock, their highlighters are amazing. ColourPop Super Shock highlighters and blushes are some of my top highlighter and blush formulas in the world of all time. Amazing. These are just a few. The Winnie the Pooh collection, so good. I bought these, no regrets. No regrets. If they went missing from my collection right now, I would be running to buy these on the ColourPop site, because I love. They have so many beautiful shades, and they work well if you want to put them just on top of creams. You're not a powder person and you just want to put them on creams, they're gonna look beautiful. You want to put them on top of a set face, you powder like I do because you have oil that will eat your makeup away, you can put these on top of powder. They're beautiful. Put them wherever. They're beautiful, 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 beautiful highlighters. Let me just say, I love Denona, okay? I think she's a genius. She has a vision. She's an amazing artist. Whenever she releases something, I want it. She has made some of my favorite products to launch this year, but this Love is Love palette is not it. It is not it. It is not it now, tomorrow, the next day. I love the theme, okay? I love it. She released this stunner. Just later in the year, and it's everything. It's more expensive, yes, but look at this genius design. I have a whole video on this, okay? I will link it in the cards for you. Check it out. I love this. Denona, a dream, a legend, love, obsessed. Not with the Love is Love palette though, okay? That was not it for me. Now, the two shades on the side that look like the cheek shades, okay, I thought of my duo from Unearthly that I released last year. Let me tell you, if you're looking at this and you have it, you already know. If you're looking at this, you've never tried this, you've never seen this, this is a highlighter duo that I did with Unearthly Cosmetics. It is still available, but it has a transparent base. So if you're like, I could never use one of those shades, you definitely can. It has a transparent base. If you're very light, you can use this as a highlighter blush topper, like kind of all in one. This beautiful highlighter. If you are deep skin and you're looking at this like, I can never use this, it has a transparent base, so it glides on beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. I mean, I'm showing you photos of the model. They're wearing everything. Like, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And like that, and the Nanessa Pyrex palette, like, don't play with me. Don't play. Like, hello, beautiful. And I also thought if you just wanted like some light shades, you were looking at it, you're like, maybe I could use like some light iridescent shades to like pop on as a highlight on the inner corner on the eye. Dewdrops from DeDe Cosmetics. This is another independently owned brand. Look how cute this is. I'm not saying it's a dupe for the Love is Love, like of course not, but it's gonna give you some of those pretty shifty shadows if you're into that, if that is what you're looking for. I am so glad I did not buy anything from Blake Brown Beauty, Blake Lively's hair care line. I think Blake Lively has beautiful hair, amazing hair, and I saw this was gonna be at Target and I was a little tempted. I'm like, oh, that's convenient. Like, next time I'm in Target, I could just grab it. Like, let me try it. This is interesting, and I haven't seen rave reviews on this. And let's be clear, just because something is at a drugstore price point doesn't mean it doesn't cost anything, okay? So I am gonna stick with the hair care products that I enjoy. I do like a lot of the L'Oreal line, the L'Oreal hair care line. I will pop up a photo on the screen because I don't know exactly what it's called, but I will link it too. I really like that, especially for like a clarifying shampoo. There is a like deep moisture mask from Pantene that I love. I'll pop up a picture on the screen too because I was watching an Abby Young video and she was talking about this and I'm like, fine, let me buy it. And it is so, so good. So I am just feeling very at peace with the fact that I did not buy any of Blake Lively's hair care brand. You know, like, I'm glad I saved my money on that one. I was tempted by the holiday palette that Dior released this year, okay? I was tempted. It was interesting. Let me say, I will give a round of applause to Dior for doing something different, something unexpected, something with some pretty shades in it. And for that reason, I was really tempted to buy this Dior palette. I wanted to try the Dior formula, but I'm like, Heather, you have eyeshadow palettes that you love, you are good. Do you need this? Do you really need this palette? And the answer was no. So when I'm looking at that blue, that kind of silvery gunmetal, the purple and the pinks, which is so exciting to see from a brand like Dior, I remembered I have Fantasy Cosmetica Cradled in Ice. I'm going to show you two palettes. These are both from independently owned brands. And Fantasy Cosmetica Cradled in Ice is giving me what I need. You know, it's giving me what I need. Is it the exact shades? No. But it's giving me the vibes. You know, like this is like a browned purple over here. We've got this beautiful blue. And I know I love Fantasy Cosmetica. I know I love these formulas. These are gonna be impactful shadows. But if you want them to not be intense, like you want them to be a little more soft, just use a little less product. You're good to go. You can blend these out. Like, it's not like you're just putting down, they're so pigmented you can't work with them. No, you want a ton of pigment, you can get it with this. You want more of a soft look, you can blend and you can get a soft look. It's less expensive than the Dior. You can use a coat on top of it to get it for even less. Like, win-win, you're supporting an independently owned brand. The other palette I thought of, this is a UK-based indie brand, and this is at like half the price of Dior, I'm pretty sure. This is Culturals from Cosmic Brushes, and this one is overall much more cool in tone, so I'm not saying they're dupes. I'm just saying this would satisfy my need. If I'm looking at the Dior and I'm thinking of looks, I could always like pull in my face bronzer too to kind of warm things up, but I do have like a deep purple, I have like a lilac-y pink, I even have these shades up here, I have those blue silvery shades. Like, I have what I need, and this again, amazing quality, amazing quality. So I was able to resist the Dior holiday palette. It was not an easy journey for me, but I did it. Haus Labs released these hydrating, glossy, balm cheek lipsticks, and I was intrigued. I haven't seen a new release from Haus Labs in a bit. They're kind of a hyped brand. A lot of people really love their stuff, love Lady Gaga, all of that. So I was intrigued, but I felt like these were gonna be just too sticky. sticky for me. There's something about them that just made me think about mosquitoes sticking to my face, the humidity, the formula. Like I was curious. The shades look beautiful, but I'm glad I said no. I've got to give it again to ColourPop with this one. These are the lip and cheek balms. I feel like these are not high pigment, which the House Labs does claim. ColourPop says these are sheer. I would not say these are sheer. I would say these are very buildable. It's the blush I'm wearing today. I'm actually wearing 2 of the shades mixed. I love this packaging, this clear acrylic packaging. I feel like this is just as convenient as a stick, and I can use it on my lips and cheeks, and it does give like a dewy flush to the skin. So ColourPop for the win with this one. Earlier this year, CoverGirl released a foundation that is over $20, and I'm happy I skipped it. They released the Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence Foundation. People went wild for it. I skipped on this. I really wanted to try it because the hype was real, and I'm like, I love testing things for y'all. I love testing things and seeing like, what do I think? Like, let me share. Let me spend. Let me try. I love trying new things, and let me tell y'all if it's worth it or did I waste my money. But I just wasn't confident in the shade on this one, and I don't feel like it was a product that I really wanted to try to shade adjust for. So the more I thought about it, I saw it in store. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this, and I'm so glad I did. Now, the things I use when I want that bare skin effect, when I don't want to like have makeupy, it's still makeup, you know, like I don't look for products that have tons of skincare in them. If they have some ingredients, great, wonderful, but I use skincare and I'm not gonna replace my skincare with makeup, so that doesn't factor in. For a high-end option, I really like my Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. It does have skincare in it. It has niacinamide, squalane, hyaluronic acid, and it's also got SPF. I think these are really great. Like I really like these. They look great on my skin when I want that type of look that the CoverGirl is kind of promising to deliver. Like I can get what I need with that, you know, like I don't feel the draw to the CoverGirl, but I know the CoverGirl is not at this price point. Don't worry, I've got more options. I can also put on my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Less expensive than the CoverGirl, but if I just want to glow a bit, I'm gonna pull my hair up, I'm not gonna set my face with powder, I'm not going in with a ton of other makeup, like I can just use the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Next launched their Duck Lips line. I remember this launched when the Super Bowl was happening because it was a big like Super Bowl commercial, right? And it has those ingredients in there that like plump your lips, make them hurt, make them burn. I can't do that. Like I'm a baby, I can't tolerate it, okay? I can't. I don't do like those super lip injection, extreme Too Faced gloss type of thing, okay? I can't do that. So I love my Morphe glosses. They are so beautiful. I bought some and I've bought more because they're beautiful. So if you're looking for a great gloss that is not plumping you up with allergic reaction or an irritant to your skin, the Morphe glosses, they're very like, my lips are wet and dewy and hydrated and I am just looking so juicy. You know, they'll give you that effect. They really will give you that effect. I'm loving those. I bought some recently. I think it is a great gloss formula and a similar price point. The Ultra Glossy Lip from ColourPop is also a really great gloss formula that doesn't have any like plumping ingredients, but glosses your lips up, doesn't settle into lines, and looks beautiful. I really love the pearlized formula. I'm like, what do they call it where it has that like pearlized effect? For the pearlized formula. Beautiful glosses, and again, not at that like irritation, my lips hurt, I'm on fire, get this off of me type of feeling, but like a glossy, beautiful lip filling. I hope y'all enjoyed this kind of anti-haul video. This I didn't buy that, I'm using this instead type of thing. Let me know, what releases did you skip this year that you wanted at first but then you talked yourself out of, you shopped your stash, you found something comparable and you're feeling good about it? Let me know, but also let me know if there's something that I need to try because I love testing and trying new makeup. I'm always reviewing products here on my channel, the good, the bad, the in-between, everything. I love testing and trying new stuff, especially new interesting, fun launches that y'all are excited about too. Thank you so much for hanging out. I would love if you would stick around, hang out with me in the comments, hang out with me. I'm going to pop up some more videos for you here, and I'll see you soon in another one.